Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping safe and well in the current times. And before we start this video, I just want to say I'm sending lots of love to you all out there. I know the current time and the current pandemic isn't easy for everyone, so I just want you to know that I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. Today I want to talk to you all about calorie counting. So for those of you that have seen my previous video below, will know that I am doing the Alexandra Kane Happy Body Plan, and I'm currently doing the 6-week summer shred. So what the summer shred involves is doing a 10-minute HIIT session a day. So for those of you that don't know, a HIIT session is a high intensity interval training. I could never get that right. So that's what it is. It's high intensity interval training, 10 minutes a day, every day for 6 weeks. And she has different ones ranging from week 1, week 2, week 3, etc., all the way to week 6. However, what also goes along with these HIIT sessions basically is calorie counting. So as part of the plan, it's trying to maintain or stay between 1,200 to 1,400 calories for women, and I think it's 1,700 to 1,900 for men. So for me, that was a big difference. I actually didn't realize how much of a difference that would be, and I didn't really think 1,200, 1,400 calories would be much, but oh my god, it's a huge difference. So at the moment I am using the app MyFitnessPal to track all my food. It's great because you can scan a barcode. Like, obviously you have your scales, your food scales, you weigh everything, you key that in, or you can just scan the barcode. For example, if you're having a slice of bread, you just scan the barcode from the packet of bread, it automatically recognizes it and it'll tell you how much calories are in that. So for me, I've been finding that so useful to track my calories, as well as weighing out all my fruit and veg and things like that. But I just want to say, whoa, that is literally my response since I started this whole thing. And the reason why I have had that response is because I was overeating so much before I done this plan. So before doing this plan, I never weighed out my food, I never counted my calories, I never looked into anything like that. And I was actually going to the gym a lot, and I play sports, so I'm quite active, but I'd be going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. And I actually was cutting out a lot of food, so I wasn't really eating much sugar, like chocolate, sweets, things like that. I wasn't really drinking much either, just for the rare occasion that I'd go out. Like, I don't sit at home and have a glass of wine or anything, which of course is no problem, but for me, I just rather a cup of tea and a bar of chocolate. But when I was going to the gym before Christmas and at the start of the new year, I had actually cut out a lot of that stuff, and I was going to the gym every day, and I was working out, and I was doing like vigorous workouts, but I still wasn't seeing any change. I wasn't seeing a difference on the scales, and physical appearance. I wasn't seeing anything. I just couldn't understand why, and I was getting really flustered and really frustrated and actually really disheartened. But turns out the whole reason is that even though I wasn't eating the rotten foods like sweets and stuff, well, we all know they are rotten, but they don't taste rotten. But even though I was cutting that out, I was still overeating. So I was actually compensating by eating more food as opposed to just eating one chocolate bar. So like that, I couldn't understand why I wasn't losing weight, why I was getting so frustrated, like what was I doing wrong? And it was only when I started weighing out my food that I realised that I was just overeating so much. So I know a lot of people don't agree with calorie counting, and that's totally fine, each to their own. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know what exactly is the right thing to do for weight loss and what is the wrong thing to do. But for me, I just found that counting my calories was just insane, because I was just overeating so much. And I was overeating so much without even realising. So not only would I be eating much bigger portions of food, like for example, if I was having spaghetti bolognese, I would never weigh out the pasta or the spaghetti I was using. I just take like a chunk or a handful and just pop it in the pot. I always end up making too much, but I'd always still eat it. So even though I was cutting out sugary foods, I was still consuming carbohydrates, excess amount of carbohydrates, excess amount of proteins, fats, everything, like even the good nutrients. I was just overeating all of them. So even if you are against calorie counting, which is totally fine, it is just a good guide to kind of go on about how much you are eating and whether you're eating enough or you're eating too little. So a lot of people say that calorie counting can actually be negative because you don't end up eating enough because you're so fascinated and so set on only eating that set amount of calories, but you could be doing numerous amounts of exercise. So it is important, obviously, in that regard. But just for someone who is starting out or who's been exercising for quite a while and can't understand why they're not losing weight, is baffled by not seeing a change in the scales, just maybe look into it. I'm not saying necessarily that you have to eat 1,200 to 1,400 calories. I'm not saying that's right, I'm not saying that's wrong, but just kind of think about what you're eating and how much you're eating. Because even though I was having those big portions, yeah, that was fine, but I was also snacking like so much. So I would just open the fridge or open the press and I'd take a biscuit, or I'd take like a handful of grapes or a handful of something, or I was making a sandwich just for the sake of boredom, and because that's what I was used to. I was used to having my breakfast and then something small in between, and then my lunch, and then my dinner, and then something maybe in the evenings. So for me, that's just cut out all of that. Not necessarily like I'll still eat when I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, yeah, I'll make something and I will track all my calories. I'll also take into consideration how many calories I've burned during the day through exercise and like just your general activity that you're doing. Like I have a Fitbit, which is actually charging at the moment, so I'm not wearing it, but that always tells me how many calories I've burned before I've even done any exercise or with my exercise included. But going off track now. But yeah, like, so now when I eat, if I'm hungry, if I've done a lot of exercise that day, I will eat more. I'll try and stay within the 1,200 to 1,400, but if I go over, I'm not punishing myself because I know I've been active and I've done a lot of exercise. So just for that, this is mainly for people who are struggling with losing weight and don't understand why. Maybe just pick up an app like MyFitnessPal or something like it. I know there's loads out there. I don't know actually the names of many of them, but I know MyFitnessPal is the one I use, and that's great for tracking everything. And it will just kind of put into perspective what you're eating and how much you're eating. Because I've noticed that since I've actually cut down my calories and since I've started weighing out all my food and watching what I eat and how much I eat, I can feel my stomach has shrunk. It mightn't necessarily look it all the time, but I'm eating the set amount that I measure out and I'm full after it and I'm satisfied and I'm not walking away feeling bloated and full and carrying it around with me. I'm actually satiated, I'm happy and I'm content, and I'll go on and I'll do more exercise. And yeah, if I'm hungry, I'll go off and I'll make more food or I'll have something else. Because I'm not going to let myself starve either. But yeah, that's just, sorry for ranting, but that's just what kind of I've been going on about. And why, just because it was something that I was struggling with, and I was like, I can't see a change in my body, I can't see a change in the scales, I'm taking pictures, I'm not seeing a difference, and I was getting really, really disheartened, and it was turning me off working out because I felt that exercising and working out wasn't making a difference, but really I was just eating way too much. So just to keep us all updated, I'm starting week 4 of the plan. I've missed a day or two here and there. So for example, this week I was doing week 3, and last weekend I actually missed 2 days where I didn't do any workouts, so I've carried them over. So I'm not moving on to the next week until I've got 7 days solid of doing a particular week before I'll move on. So I'm moving on to week 4 after this video. I'm going to go and do a workout. And so far I'm 3 pounds down. And I know for some of you, you may be like, that's nothing. Like 3 pounds is nothing. But whoa, have I seen it in photos. Whoa, have I seen it on my clothes. Like, I tried on stuff before the lockdown. Like, I was going shopping and I tried on stuff before the lockdown, and I was verging between a size 10 and a size 12. And a lot of the stuff I had at home was between a size 8 to a size 10. And I was putting all that on and none of it was fitting me. And I was really, really disheartened. And that is another reason why I decided to do this plan, because not only was I putting on weight, but clothes that used to fit me and that used to look decent on me weren't fitting me at all. But since, even though I've only lost 3 pounds, since I've tried on them clothes, they're actually fitting me and they look nice on me. I actually, before the lockdown, I bought a lovely skirt in a size 12. I tried that on me the other day, and even though it's so lovely, it's actually gotten too big for me now. So I'm really happy with that. I've also been looking at photos, comparing from before I did the plan to Friday was the last day I took a picture, and oh my god, like there's such a difference. My whole body has changed shape. So even though it's not red on the scales, like physically you can see a difference, and people have commented on it, and my clothes have spoken to me in their own way. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing, and I'm happy that it's kind of slow progression, because if you do it slower, it will stay off longer. If it's a rapid weight loss, you'll only put it back on. If you stop doing what you're doing, if you start eating more. But yeah, so far the Happy Body Plan, the 6-week summer shred, is going really, really well for me, and I'm extremely happy with it. I do find days, of course, where I'm not motivated to work out. Today's been one of those days, but I'm going to push through and I'm going to go down and I'm going to do my workout. But if there is days where your body is telling you, look, I can't do it today, give your body a break, give your body a rest. Take that rest day and just relax. Like, your body will tell you how it's feeling. Your body will tell you when it's ready to do so much. Even if you start doing one workout, you might think, oh, I can do it today. Like, I can't do it today. You might do a 10-minute workout and then be like, you know what, I can do more. Or you might start that 10-minute workout and be like, no, I actually can't. And your body will let you know how it's feeling, basically. So yeah, I hope you're all keeping really safe and well, and just please keep those factors into consideration, that calorie counting isn't always the way to go, but it is a good start to see what you're eating and whether you're eating enough or if you're eating too much. And also not to always rely on the scales, because muscle weighs more than fat. So if you're exercising, you're building up more muscle, your body shape will change, you will feel more confident, and you just have to keep plowing through and keep staying motivated, and yeah, you'll get there in the end. I'm going to keep going with it. I'm halfway through. I'm going to keep it up even when the 6 weeks are over. I'm just going to keep it up. I'm going to keep my calorie counting, because that's what I find is working for me, and I'm going to make sure that I don't go back to overeating, and still enjoy the little things. Like, I still have my chocolate, I still have my sweets here and there, and I am really enjoying it. One thing I will say though is, don't compensate. Don't say, oh, I'm only gonna have a really small dinner and later on I'm gonna have a full tub of ice cream. Like, by all means, treat yourself to that ice cream, but don't rule out the good nutrients just so you can have your sweets. But again, healthy balance. Have what you like. If that's what you want, listen to your body. Your body will tell you how it's feeling. Your body will tell you what it wants, what it doesn't want. You'll see for yourself. So thank you all for watching my video again. I hope you're all keeping safe and well, and yeah, you're keeping entertained throughout this quarantine process. So lots of love and hugs to everyone, and keep up the good work and your exercise routines. Speak to you soon.